In this session, we're going to analyze clauses in detail. Now, if you remember, what's a clause? A clause is a group of words that have a subject and a predicate. So I said there were two kinds, right? I had the principal, main, or independent clause, where I said, this clause doesn't have to depend on any other clause, and the meaning is still complete. It can stand on its own. Like, for example, the car is red, right? But the subordinate or the dependent clause, on the other hand, has to rely on the main clause to make its meaning more complete. I gave you an example again. I said I took photography as a subject because it interests me. Now, in that sentence, if you look at the dependent or the subordinate clause, it interests me, it joins or it depends on the main sentence, I took photography as a subject, through a conjunction, because. So subordinate clauses have to rely on the main clause through a conjunction. Yeah, we understand that much. That's a little recap for you. Now, the subordinate clause functions as a noun, adjective, and an adverb in a sentence. So on the basis of the function in a sentence, subordinate clause can be divided into three kinds. What are they? Noun clause, okay, adjective clause, and adverb clause. Now we're going to find out and understand this a little more in detail. Okay, the first clause, noun clause. Now what's a noun? Noun is the name of a person, place, thing. We know that. It's printed, right? We also know that noun is a part of a speech. Yeah? Yes? Agree? Now, subjects and objects are parts of a sentence. You agree on that too? Yeah? So basically, noun can function as a subject and an object. So noun is equal to subjects and objects. Okay, let me go ahead and clarify that with this sentence here. The pickle gave me heartburn. The pickle and heartburn is my noun. Yes? Gave is my verb. Clear so far? No problem. Now, how do I identify the subject? I identify the verb and then I add who or what to it. So, what gave me heartburn? The pickle. So, the pickle is my subject. So, what if I say what I had for lunch gave me heartburn. And I'm saying this is my subject. You can come back and tell me, no, I think it's I or lunch. Let's see why it can't be. Again, how do I identify the subject? I identify the verb. Gave is still my verb. So I add who or what. So who gave me heartburn? I. Incorrect. Who gave me heartburn? Lunch? No. What I had for lunch gave me heartburn. So this is my subject and this is the noun clause. So a clause that functions like a noun is my noun clause. Clear? Wasn't that easy? Okay, let's understand that with another example. Okay, so what he did made a problem for his family. Here again, what he did is my noun clause. How? Made is my verb. So, what made a problem for his family? What he did. Yeah, so this is my noun clause. So here, the noun clause is functioning as a subject to the verb. Yeah, it's functioning as a subject to the verb. Now sometimes the noun clauses can also function as an object to the verb. Like for example, okay, let me use this. He knows that he will pass the exam. So in this sentence, what's my verb? Knows. So I take out the knows, add who or what. He knows what? That he will pass the exam. So here, that he will pass the exam is my noun clause. So here the noun clause is functioning as an object to the verb knows. Yeah, so this is an object to the, so an object noun clause, subject noun clause. A noun clause can also function as an object to a preposition. Let's see that with an example. So we saw how a noun clause functions as a subject to a verb, an object to a verb, and this sentence shows us how it functions as a preposition. Object to a preposition, right? Pay careful attention to what he says. So to is my preposition here, and what he says is my noun clause, object to a preposition. I am not responsible for what you do. I am not responsible for what you do. What you do is my noun clause, for is a preposition, but I am responsible for how you learn, so you better learn good. Okay. Shree's mistake was that he refused to take lessons. Sometimes a noun clause also functions as a complement to a verb. What's a complement? I always keep saying this. Complement is a group of words included in a sentence to make the meaning complete. So, Shree's mistake was that he refused to take lessons is my noun clause, acting as a complement to the verb was. Everybody's sad that Hari drowned. Yeah, so that Hari drowned is my noun clause, complementing or acting as a complement to the verb is sad. Okay, all right. So let's move to our next clause.